Welcome back, everyone, to another episode. We are here for another episode of everyone's favorite place to be on a Wednesday morning. Where else would you rather be on the internet on a Wednesday morning, Brandon? But right here at Practice, the show.
Are you are you ready to stir the pot and seriously scale your platform? Because disruption marketing is the move. Now, in a world full of safe copy and paste content, disruption is the sledgehammer that will smash through all the noise out there and get you seen. Disruption marketing grabs attention by challenging the norms and breaking patterns. It positions you as a bold, confident, and impossible to ignore. And when done right, it's going to spark conversation, drive engagement, and build loyalty. It's how brands and creators grow fast. It's not by fitting in, but by standing out. The market doesn't reward safe, it rewards brave. And if you're done blending in and ready to break through, it's time to use disruption to your advantage. My name is Mark, and that's what we'll be talking about this week on this episode of Pitch Practice,
The
the show.
show.
Oh, we didn't hear you, Brandon.
What do you mean you didn't hear me? I'm right
Oh, I
here.
did hear you. I'm sorry. There it is. It's just my volume is down.
I'm I'm
So,
here. I'm
all right.
loud and I'm clear, man.
That's right. And I'm Mark. I'm the guy behind the mental marketer and the private Facebook group Funnel Building 101, teaching the newest art and science of funnel building to help content creators sell other people's stuff.
Brandon here. BKXX Enterprises, your chief business strategist and digital plumber, getting you found and fixing those leaks in your sales funnel so you can get more leads, more sales without burning through all your cash on ads.
Funnel plumber. Remember? That's what you said last week.
Funnel plumber, digital plumber, marketing plumber. I'm fixing your lead leaks, folks. That's what I'm doing. Making sure the leads come in and you're able to handle them.
Nice, nice.
And if you want to know how I'm doing it, you just gotta comment something below. I don't care what you comment. You can comment
Leaky
le-
funnel.
leaky funnel. Comment leaky funnel. I'll show you what I'm doing.
Uh,
So
what's up? What's up?
busy week this week, man. Or at least busy weekend for us, right? We got a lot of travel to do. Big
Yes,
event
sir.
coming up.
Oh, yes, sir. You have an especially busy next few days. I'm just heading out to Georgia. Our bags are packed. My flight is booked. We've got reservations. You got the reservation information I sent, right?
Yep,
I should probably call them first, though, right?
probably.
Yeah, okay. We got tomorrow to get that done. Let's not forget that. Don't let me forget, okay? Because
Sure. I'll I'll let you forget because I'll probably forget because I'm busy tomorrow. Got a lot to do. I'm volunteering, local play, going to see a play tomorrow night, then work Friday, and then a long drive to the deep south. 8 hours on the road behind a windscreen.
yes, oh yes, oh yes. I've just got a yep, about a 2.5 hour flight. Getting into Atlanta mid afternoon. But I've got some family there. Family's gonna meet up with some family, so we're gonna at least go out and hang out, have some dinner, and just spend some time with my family there until making that short trip. up to the Jasper close area, but we've got some time uh before the event starts on this Saturday. And if you don't know what that event is, tell everyone what that event is that we're going to be at this weekend.
We are going to the Clickfunnels Connect in Jasper, Georgia. It is a full up event. So if you haven't registered, you are too late. We're actually overbooked. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to go hang out with Mr. Daniel Walsh and
Da- Dante.
hey, yes, new started with another D. Too tired to think of names right now. Dante, one funnel away, and
Yep.
some other probably special guests from the ClickFunnels HQ, maybe some engineers, or just talking funnels. They said bring your laptop, so we'll be bringing the laptop. And I did have goals to at least have a funnel done before I went, so I'm coming down to the wire of putting something together that I've been working on with AI and GPT to kind of formulate the perfect funnel. In fact, there was a tweet from Tom. I want to say it's Tom Billu.
Build you.
Yeah, Tom Billu, and it was like, this is what I would do, or how I would prompt AI to help me, or something like that, to build a perfect offer if I lost everything. And I was like, that's pretty good. So I saved the tweet somewhere, and then I ended up copy and pasted it into Chat GPT, and I was like, do this. And it built out a pretty good offer. I'm not ready to share it yet, but I think it's pretty good, and at least give me some direction on what to do. Because, to be honest, man, I've just been like, offers is the worst thing. Like, I know what to do to help people, but I haven't like systematized and cookie cuttered it to sell, so to speak, because every business is different, right? Every business has their own unique issues that I try to solve. So I think it's time to cookie cutter it, and one product, one service, one solution. Take it or leave it. Know that it'll work. Like Novocaine, man, just give it time. It works.
Wrap it up in a sexy bow, and go out there and communicate. Sell
That's
it.
it. That's it.
Communicate it and sell it. How's it been going with the content creation challenge? I've
Terrible.
I've been keeping up with it. Yeah, how's it going with the 365-day content creation challenge? I can tell you that at least for me, it's basically on a really good trajectory. You know what? I think I said a couple weeks ago that I was getting about 5 to 10 people, uh, um, uh, you know, on my email list every other day. Well,
Hmm.
I did the math. I did the math, and I'm getting about 5 new people on my email list every single day. It's coming in consistently, and I say that because I'm five. Okay, so I looked at my audience size 30 days ago, and if you take 5 times 5 is 25,
Hmm.
and you take that times 4, which is 5 days, and then 4 weeks. That's 200. My size has actually grown by about 210 in 30 days.
Very
210,
nice. Nice.
and that
I wish I could say the same for myself. I'm not putting any excuses out here. The past couple months have not been the most conducive for me to be in a mental state to do that. I got a lot of crap going on. But I know it's an excuse. I'm working through it. Hopefully, I can get jumped on the bandwagon. But I have some priorities to get taken care of to kind of keep things together. So, I'm not saying I'm out, but I will get back on the horse once the mental fortitude is there. That's all I can say about it.
yeah, you want to say that you're going to wake up every day and create content, and I told you what you want to do is you want to batch it. There's a few videos that you can use already ready for you. All you have to do is hit uh upload and send, and that's
Yeah,
it.
there's like My will to actually even be on social media is like down here, like below the screen right now. So like I said, uh, got some stuff I'm dealing with, trying to work it out and work it out as quickly as possible to kind of get back into the groove. So, but it'll get there. It's gonna take a minute.
Tally up your penalties here.
I know. I'm marking them. I'm marking them. Hey, we all go we all go through these peaks and valleys. So right now I'm in a little bit of valley. We'll figure it out and keep it moving. But that's not stopping me from being able to help people. It's just being able to help myself, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, yes, yes, I know. Yeah, I think when we said 365 days, I was like, it's tough for people to do 30 days consecutively. 30 days is not an easy task. Um, and just listening to other people, even in our closer circles that we have. You were in the meeting today when we've got some of those behind door meetings with staff and things that we find out everything that's coming up just so you're aware. So we're behind the scenes finding out all the exciting new things that are happening on the horizon. So many ClickFunnels Connect events that are happening. But even when that shout out was there and they're saying, hey, we want you guys to post content inside of the group. They are literally giving us a key. And he said something today. He said, when you think about how it was just a couple years ago, you would post your name and it would get banned.
Yes,
You couldn't even, it was like you couldn't even post your name and it would get banned.
I I had a lot of posts slapped down over the past couple years, and I'll be honest, it almost turned me off from the whole thing and the whole community in general. But I stuck with it and figured out what is beneficial, and then uh, to post, and then having the the keys to the Ferrari, so to speak. It's been kind of fun to go in there and I wouldn't say ban people. I haven't banned anybody, but I promote a post or two. I get them out there and try to help people get their questions answered, things like that. And I slap the ones down that are trying to sell really hard, and it feels good. I don't know. Like when I'm frustrated and feeling down about myself, I go in there. It's like who can I just deny? No, I don't do it maliciously. I do it to keep the group clean. But not gonna lie, deep down inside, it does feel kind of good to have that kind of power. So
But but they more than likely they deserve it because they're fishing. It's obvious. You can't be so obvious when you're in
oh
there and
yeah, I mean there was one post that was just an absolute blatant breaking of the rules of promoting some type of event or something with had links and all these other things tagged and things like that. Some of the posts I don't touch just because, not quite sure. I'll let somebody else a little bit higher authority than me, touch it. But if it's a simple, hey, I got a question, if it's not technical, put it up there. If it's a semi bromance post, I don't like them, but I put them out there anyway. If it's a win, definitely put it out there. So just trying to keep the content flowing.
right, yeah, yeah. I have to say that you know, I'm in there too, but you won't see me answering a lot of questions. I will answer some questions if I come up on a post that is new or fresh. But sometimes I feel like, okay, it's just like somebody puts a question out there and it's like bam 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 bam. You got six or seven people already answering it. So, I'm in that kind of phase where I'm just sitting back and I'm observing and just need to find that area of that is going to be my niche. That's going to be my area that's not, stepping on other people's toes. You have a lot of talent in there, and
Hmm.
you've got a lot of talent, and especially even with our group of us, just the ambassadors. A lot of talent, a lot of skill, a lot of knowledge, but I always believe that we all fit together as pieces of a puzzle. And if that's, I can learn something from you, but I know that there's something that I bring, which is my strength. Um,
Hmm.
and that's what I'm gonna. And you know what? We're talking about disruption marketing today. That's what we're talking about. And disruption marketing it's not about being quiet. It's about being bold. It's about making noise. It's about doing things not to be safe, but actually getting out there and putting yourself out there. It's interesting because, when we were in that meeting today, and I think there was a question about who is out there promoting ClickFunnels. And I was like, I'm on there on something every single day. Pretty much,
Hmm.
pretty much every single day. Maybe my philosophy comes from Myron Golden. And he says, make more offers. Reason why The reason why you're not making sales is because you're not making offers.
Yep.
Make more offers. You make more offers. You can't make the sale if you're not making offers. People won't have the opportunity to. I'm doing it in reels and posts and videos and images and plain text. Yeah, just making noise. And that's and that's and I think most people want to do it, but I don't know if everyone like either knows how to do it or can keep up with it. So I'm still figuring out that area where I can really bring the most value. But we're gonna have I told you I'm gonna announce it, Brandon,
What we got?
about our show,
Ah, yes. Our show. What's our
our
show?
our new
We
show.
New show. Okay. Let's.
Yeah, yes, yes. So for everyone out there watching our pitch practice the show, we have ruled the Wednesday night spot. Wednesday night at 7 p.m. is our time every week. No competition. Well, we're taking that and we're actually expanding it to another show. And that's going to be Tuesday evenings at 7 o'clock p.m. You'll be able to catch Brandon and myself live weekly inside of the ClickFunnels official group. We will be going live. Brandon, are you ready for that announcement?
Didn't you just announce it? We're going live in the group. We are
Yes.
going live. We're doing it
And yeah,
live, folks. In ClickFunnels group. We don't know yet exactly what we're going to be talking about. We might just get on there and just look at you for 30 minutes. Who knows? But it's going to be disruptive. It's going to be interrupting, but it is going to bring some value. We're going to be doing deep dives within the system and the platform itself. There's so many changes going on within the ecosystem of ClickFunnels. Like it's so hard to keep up. Like we have these weekly calls, and even then, in the hour that we have, with Danny doing a great job, trying to keep us motivated in line and herd all the cats. Right? There's just too much to share. There's some relaunches happening coming down the pipeline. There's new apps coming in play. In fact, I don't know if you noticed, but for the e-commerce side, they got that new motivator app, or the herd mentality app is what I like to call it. That lets you know, hey, this person just bought 10 seconds ago or whatever. which is cool. And you can put it site wise now. And there's going to be other applications to use for that. So there's so much coming down the pipeline. Like, and I know everybody's been, uh, high level, high level, high level, because it can do so much in AI and all this other kind of stuff. Like, don't sleep on ClickFunnels, because they're the Apple to the Android. Okay,
Yeah.
as much as people love Android and all this other kind of stuff, there's a lot of bugs in Android that you won't find in Apple, because they slow and steady. They're the turtle. Okay, slow and steady wins the race. ClickFunnels, it may be the turtle right now, but what happened to the turtle at the end of the race? They won. So tune in. We'll put out event invites on Facebook and things like that. We'll definitely be posting in the ClickFunnels group, letting people know that we'll be going live, save on calendars, et cetera, et cetera. It'll be streamed, unfortunately, with Restream, right? Unfortunately.
Yes, it will.
So if you want the backstage to the Restream, let us know. We'll send you the link to at least be a backstage fly on the wall guest. And yeah, so that's it. That's the announcements. That's what we're doing. ClickFunnels.
Yes, yes. We will be streaming live inside of the huge uh, ClickFunnels official Facebook group with a brand new live show coming to you weekly, Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And just be ready for really good walkthroughs. And, you made a good point there, Brandon, because you talked about ClickFunnels being the Apple. And you think about it is a $1 billion company. And the thing that you won't find or I think really thing that really sets apart ClickFunnels is that it's more than just a software. What software company do you know that actually sits down with regular users like ourselves, and we can tell the owners, the developers, hey, we'd like to see this happen. And then, well, we heard the story today with Dan Havey mentioning something to our, one of the, I think he's the head of product development, is Rob, right? He's the head of that
Rob?
department.
No, he's not ahead. I know he's one of the higher up engineers.
Yeah, but the story is he told him about a problem he was having with it, and a few hours later, it was implemented. And that's the
Yeah.
type Yeah, and that's the type of access that we have with the actual developers of the company. And that's the type of input that they're listening to from its power users.
And
And
and and we're not saying this to brag about it. We're saying this to let you know that you have direct access to us, and we can get things done and moving for you. So you can leverage us. There's no fee or charge or anything like that. Dude, like, we're here to help and make sure that your voice is heard, because there's a lot of people. I mean, there's thousands and thousands of people that are using this software, and they don't realize that there are ambassadors and people within the matrix weaving through, there to help you out. We're the agents, right? But we're the good agents. So you just got to lean on us, and we'll lean into them, and get things done and moving for you.
yes, yes. Yeah, it's like nothing else. And not only that, but now we're going into another phase. And I think this is really this next phase is going to really I think this next phase is really going to set ClickFunnels apart from everything else out there, Brandon. And the phase that I'm talking about is what we were both a part of, the very first inaugural ClickFunnels Connect event. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, and if you don't know, do we have that link to the website? They're working on it. Okay, they're working on it because there's still some bugs on that page. Mostly, I think,
Uh,
with the map. There's some bugs on that page with the map. But now ClickFunnels is taking its its company, its message, its message of entrepreneurship, its message of growing, its message of you know advocating for the small entrepreneur, advocating, it's taking it on the road and it's giving not just us, but anyone out there with a ClickFunnels. I don't know if it's open for anyone with a ClickFunnels account, but if you are in, if you have the wherewithal or the desire to hold a local event in your area for entrepreneurs, for funnel hackers, and you have a skill that you want to teach, that might be traffic generation, it might be ads, and if that might be conventional ads or video editing or selling skills, entrepreneurial skills, they're offering an opportunity to hold these local events. And this is where I think it's really going to really spread the gospel. I'm calling this the summer of ClickFunnels Connect. I've got I've got plans myself to potentially attend at least three over this summer. And you're going to be at two just this weekend alone, Brandon.
Yeah, I'm actually going to be probably presenting at the one uh, on Sunday in Columbus. So that's another thing that I got to work on this weekend is what the heck am I even going to be talking about during this event? So um, there'll be a lot of messaging and phone calls these next couple of days to kind of get everything coordinated and figuring out what we're doing. Now, typically, this event is just a standard event that we've had the last Sunday of every month, as it is, and we actually kind of got in trouble for calling it a ClickFunnels meetup initially. So now that it is kind of officially branded to that, we can now kind of open it up a little bit more. And like I said, it's Sunday night. It's at 6 o'clock. The ClickFunnels Connect. It's app.clickfunnelsconnect.com is the link. I'm sharing the tab now, so if you want to share it, it's cool. But it's Sunday, June 29th. It says 3 p.m., but I don't think the time's right. These are some of the bugs that they're working out. I believe it's 6 p.m. and typically goes to 8. And like we're just there to talk funnels, talk business. Sorry, I don't know you're sharing it. Talk funnels, talk business, and figure out how we can serve each other and motivate each other to continue down the journey, because it's not an easy journey. There's people that have been doing this for years and are still stumbling and mumbling. I'm kind of one of them, right? And I'll be talking to a young lady tomorrow about her journey. She's been doing it 4 years and as a ClickFunnels user, and you know, she has some struggles, especially on the tech side. So I mean, the community is here to help everybody out, and these are one of the ways to actually build a community around you without the multi-bazillion dollar price tag that they had to do to bring only 5,000 people into a room. So go to ClickFunnels Connect, app.clickfunnelsconnect.com. See if you are interested in seeing what an event is about. If there's one in your area, here's a map here where the upcoming ones are going to be. I mean, there's one down here. I know there's one in Spain that isn't marked. This is the Columbus one. You got one out in Utah, one in Mexico. They're working on the API with the Google Maps, but yeah, it's going to be fun for sure. Looking forward to it, and I'm glad I'm going to the one on Saturday, so I can kind of see how that one's run to kind of bring that into the one on Sunday. So I'm gonna be honest, I'm a little nervous about the one on Sunday.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yes. If there's one thing, about entrepreneurship, especially online entrepreneurship, is that you miss those actual in-person physical connections. And this is a way to bridge that gap. And not only that, but I'll tell you that being at that being at that ClickFunnels Connect in Hollywood, you make the strongest connections. It was, it just gives you a strong support system. You know, you gain these strong relationships, and you gain strong relationships with people from different niches. You don't have to be doing the same thing. You don't have to be in the same field. Like for example, June, he's gonna be there over, and he's bringing over. I think his crew is coming over from Japan. So we're gonna listen to him, and he's working. He's really taken over the Japanese market with ClickFunnels, and he's leading the way. I
Oh,
know that.
we got some inside info on that whole Japanese thing too, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah, that's coming.
Hmm.
Yeah, excuse me. I know that I'm excited to connect again with Roberta. I know Roberta will be there if you're watching. What's up, Roberta? She's at e-commerce. She loves doing she's in that the shopping cart, and she's diving deep into the new offer with the drop shipping with ClickFunnels and Zendrop. And then we'll also be meeting none other than the Mr. Partiv Shaw. He'll be there as well, along with Dante Torelli. And in Atlanta, it's a couple hours from the ClickFunnels headquarters in Atlanta. So who knows what other surprises we'll have. So this is just a reminder. I think what we really want to say is that um, you can find a home. Excuse me, is that um, you can find a home at ClickFunnels if you are an entrepreneur and you have a message that you are getting out to the world, whether that's selling physical products, or if you're a content creator and you're selling services, or if you're selling other people's stuff, there is a place for you at ClickFunnels, not just to build and create these amazing pages that do these amazing things, all geared towards, either maintaining a business, you're either bringing people in to sell products, or you're bringing them in to communicate with them on a consistent basis until they are ready to buy. But not only that, but you can get the support from people around you, and it's not just you getting support from the ClickFunnels itself, upper management, and in that Facebook group itself, but you're also getting support from your colleagues, that your peers, to move forward. I know we're going to be talking about disruption marketing.
Yep. So if you stuck with us this long, we appreciate it. I know we kind of spewed on you a whole bunch of things, ClickFunnels that's going on. It's only because we're excited about it, and
Yeah.
just and keeping you up to date on what's going on in that world. But yes, tonight again, disruption marketing, and I can't think of a better example of disruption marketing than the hottest, latest dramatic demonstration that is sweeping the country from America's pastime, selling out stadiums after stadiums after stadiums. We're talking 180, 70, 60, 40, 30,000 people stadiums selling out. Banana ball.
But
Banana ball. Okay. This sport is taking the country by storm, and it's absolutely crazy, insane. And I had the privilege to go to a game last week. I can't believe it's been a week already. I mean, where's the time going, right?
mhm, mhm.
At the Great American Ballpark down in Cincinnati, the Cincinnati Red Stadium, 40,000 seat stadium, 100% sold out. And when you look at baseball today and you see it on TV, like, what do you see in the stands? Empty seats.
Hmm, hmm,
So when I watch baseball on TV, regular teams, the Rays, the Braves, the Pirates, etc., and then you go to this banana ball game, and it's something completely different, totally wild, out there, completely crazy. You got to think to yourself, why can't MLB do what banana ball's doing? Sure, it's a different product, but if you want to get butts in the seats, you gotta be absolutely insane and disrupt everything that is going on. I got a clip here. Um, we kind of kick it off for what it is. Just let me know when it's pulled up.
You there?
I'm here. I'm waiting for you to pull up the screen.
Oh, okay, okay. Sorry about that. I was having a problem with my volume. Let me get you here. Okay, so you've got okay, you've got it ready. Okay, go ahead.
So as you can see here, Savannah Bananas, pitcher's throwing a flaming baseball.
Fireball.
So I mean, you're scrolling through your shorts, and you see a guy light his hand on fire. If that doesn't make you stop the scroll and disrupt whatever you're doing, I don't know what does. Okay, and then it's baseball, and it's a guy in yellow with the name Bananas on his chest. Like it's those little things combined together over a long 10-year period of time that have turned these ball players into overnight success. And if you go and watch what they're doing live and in real time, like every principle that Russell has talked about when it comes to marketing and getting traffic and being disruptive and doing dramatic demonstrations, like this league is doing that. Like this is the Harlem Globetrotters of baseball. I've been to a Harlem Globetrotters game. The Banana Ball League blows the Globetrotter League out of the water.
Mm, mm,
It's
mm,
it's the newest greatest show on earth. Um,
hmm.
the guy, why can't I think of the guy's name that owns the Banana Ball League? Let's see. Let me look him up here.
I think I saw a picture of him recently. Um, and
Jesse
here's
Cole. Jesse Cole, the man in yellow.
yeah.
Um, he's the new PT Barnum. Like he is our generation's PT Barnum.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Here's what I want to say about the entire banana ball the whole banana ball and them coming out and becoming the new what I want to call them is the new Harlem Globetrotters. And I think that with social media. I think social media has been the X factor when it comes to how popular the sport has become and how well it's been 10 years. So you can't say it's an overnight success, but with social media gives you a tool that was not widely used in the days of Harlem Globetrotters. But what social media does is it gives you a platform to actually be disruptive, to put content out there and let the algorithms grab it and then spread it out. Do you know how much I'd be willing to bet. I don't know what the numbers are, but I can remember sitting at home watching television and watching. So, for example, the circus come in town,
Mm-hmm.
Barnum and Bailey circus, and you knew when it was in town because you saw commercials on television, right?
Yep.
What would that cost a company to put on television? It costs a lot of money,
Couple
and
$1,000, ten to $50,000, depending on the market and the timing and how many runs they wanted to do, where the spot was. I mean, there's a lot to the media buy, but yeah, we're talking $10,000 to $50,000, somewhere around there.
today the need to buy that ad space on television. I don't know if they even have television. I don't even know if they have ads on television. It's more than likely completely spread through social media, TikTok, Instagram, and the beauty of it is it's not. all generated by the company itself. But you've got that UGC, the user generated content that catches on, and it catches on like fire. And then you have an entire army of people that are out there promoting your event, your products, your teams, your sport. Social media is definitely the X factor when it comes to uh, being able to really be disruptive and grow at a much faster pace than it might have been in the past. Because there was no social media back with Barnum and Bailey Circus or the Harlem Globetrotters. Only way you would know about it was commercials that were coming on television. Today we're talking about things that may have never been on television before, but they're being spread through social media, absolutely free, not even sponsored content, not ads. What does that do to your bottom line? I'm always preaching the content creation. You know, 365 days of content creation. You can create
Yep.
content. You can create content, and the thing about it, you can create content a year ago, and that content could still be spreading today. All it needs is for someone to catch hold of it, post it, and then starts a completely new cycle.
Mhm.
That's why I'm posting content all the time. I just want to have so many videos out there. I want to have so many videos out there. I almost want to have videos out there with me talking about everything.
Well, you mentioned that, and I liken it to, back when I went to GrowthCon in 2020. And, one of the things that just caught my attention, and I almost wish it would have buried itself in the middle of my brain then. I mean, I knew I still had to do it then, just to know how to do it. But Grant put up a graph that showed his net worth compared to his social media views, and the graphs literally mirrored each other for the income that was coming in versus the number of views that were coming in. Now, a view doesn't mean you're going to get a dollar. However, if you have that following, if you have that list, that's where your dollars are going to come from. So it's the view to the follower to the list to the bank account. That's the path. That's the transition. View, follower, list, bank account. When you do
Right.
that, you're good.
Right. So it doesn't necessarily equal dollars, but you need more of them to make more money. So in essence, it does count. And I remember reading Daryl Eves's book, The YouTube Formula, and really how he talked about it's really you start at the top. The top of the funnel is the views, and then the engagement, and it's like a funnel. It's like it's a views are at the top because views are just reach. You're reaching more people. But if you don't reach them, if your message never comes across them, then they can't go through your funnel. So
Mm-mm.
you gotta cast that wide net up at the top, and then you start to engage. Then you're going to have a smaller number of people that are going to engage, and that's just like you said, engage, followers, and then you're gonna. It's everything is a funnel. Um, but Banana Ball is I think I first heard about it maybe a couple years ago, and
Yeah, I
I
did too.
didn't know that it was widespread as it is. I thought it was just they were up in Houston. They were playing at there's a minor league baseball up there, and they were playing there, and I thought, I thought it was just Texas. I didn't know they were it was like a national a national tour that they do. Uh
Yeah, it's a complete road show, and I've been following Jesse Cole here for a minute to learn from him. Again, how he's doing his marketing, and what it's taken for him to get to where he's at now. I mean, he was a busted pitcher out of college, I think. Busted his rotator cuff. Love the sport of baseball though. So he figured out how to take that passion, put it into a game, and make it fun and entertaining. And that's what people want. People want to be entertained. They want to forget about the crap that's going on in the world and see some good, wholesome family entertainment. You know, it, we're at a point right now, I think, in society like we just need that right now. We're craving it, right? We want the fun. We want the fun back. So he's doing whatever he can to get it out there. There are 4 teams now. 2 teams are coming, and it's a league. Like it's a league that's starting up, and I hope it's not a fad for them. I think it's a great thing, and pay attention. Like if you're in business, if you are solopreneur, like just pay attention to what this league is doing and mirror it to mirror some of the aspects. And obviously, you can't do everything. They got big budgets. They're selling out freaking 80,000 seat stadiums, right? They got the budgets, right? So do what you can, grassroots style, covert style, and but just do it on a smaller scale, and eventually be able to get up to the bigger scale. But again, it's amazing what they've managed to accomplish, and how they're doing it, and why they're doing it. And if you get a chance to get a ticket to a game without it being resold to you, you're going to be on a wait list of about 3 million people. And then there's a lottery. And then if you do get picked, you got like an hour to buy your tickets. And if you don't, you're out. And it's best available at the time that you're given to buy. So that's how insane the demand for this game is. And that's for a Savannah Bananas game. Like there are other teams playing each other's, like the Tailgaters and the Firefighters and the the Party Animals, right? So follow it, man. Dive deep into it and learn and implement. Learn and implement. Don't just learn it, implement it. Do exactly
Mm.
what they're doing.
Yeah, and you talk about learning what they're doing and what can we learn from this. And I think that we can also learn from this is about playing safe. You know, who would have thought of baseball being an entertainment sport? I think that's one of the biggest complaints about baseball is that it's so boring. Well, when you can take a sport and do something different, do something bold, do something that has never been combined before, because I think that if you think playing it safe with your content is the smart move, then think again. Safe content is actually costing you sales because in today's fast paced scroll culture, content that blends in gets ignored, and ignored content doesn't convert. Now, the safe content, it doesn't spark emotion, and emotion is what drives action. If your content doesn't stop the scroll, it never gets seen, let alone clicked. Playing it safe often leads to vague messaging, which confuses your audience instead of converting them. But bold opinions, strong hooks, and clear positioning can build authority and trust. And the creators that are closing sales are the ones that are willing to say and do what others won't. So if you want more engagement, more leads, and more sales, ditch the safe content and go bold. And that was just my little speech there, real quick. But you can uh, that's what we can learn from banana ball is not to play it safe. Take what you're doing, but then add some type of a twist to it. I mean, we're seeing this happen also. We're seeing this happen bold right in our face right now, also with Steve and Marley. They're disrupting the entire wedding industry, and I think that wedding's gonna be sold out, man. I think it's gonna be sold out.
You get your ticket?
I haven't gotten it yet. I
What are you
need to
doing,
get.
man? You said
I
you were
know.
buying it last week. Go buy your
I know.
ticket.
I know. And you know what? I honestly want the VIP,
Well,
but
buy the VIP then.
I need a plus one.
Well, go start swiping right, like I told you last week.
Go start swiping right. I have been swiping right, and I'm still right where I started.
Well,
I've been,
I saw a post from Facebook main account to get on Facebook dating.
so
So
you know what they said. Because if you swipe 4 times, you're going to be right back where you started. And that's what happened. Swipe, swipe, swipe. I just did a 360 and I'm right back where I started.
I'm sorry to hear that. Get on Facebook dating then.
Get on Facebook dating. That's the worst one.
Oh, go to Reddit. Go to Ask Reddit or something.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm sure there's a Reddit for wedding crashers.
I'm sure. I'm sure. Oh my gosh, we're already 50 minutes and we haven't even touched on our other topics that we want to hit tonight.
I
Uh,
thought we got them. I thought we got them all. We got the disruption marketing. We got the Clickfunnels Connect. We got
we didn't get the major meltdown that happened this week with a few people online.
oh, so Facebook groups. Yeah, there's a glitch. AI something or other. Yada yada yada. It's back. It's fixed. No worries. But that doesn't mean you got to sleep on it, because if you're just focusing all your people in one basket and it's not your basket, it's Mark Zuckerberg's, it's Elon Musk's, it's Donald Trump's on True Social. I don't know who owns YouTube or Rumble. You got a problem if it goes down like it did today. So build your list. Okay, topic covered. Build your list.
Ah, uh, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Okay, I'm actually stuck.
You're stuck. I see you.
Am I moving?
You're shaking your head.
Oh, okay. Then I'll keep talking. Then I
Just
just
keep
look stuck
talking.
on my side. I looked. I
Yeah.
just looked stuck on my side. So I think. I think. Okay. I'll have to tell you. Okay. So I woke up, and then you wake up and then you check your social media to see what's going on. And I woke up and then I see this one post from someone saying, oh my gosh, Facebook just deleted our entire group of over 4 million people. And I was like, wow, that's a lot of people. And then as I started scrolling throughout that day, I saw a few other people kind of post similar, or either, or actually even reiterating the post that I saw originally. And then I just looked into it and I was like, wow, that really sucks. That's the thought that was going on in my mind, right? I was like, wow, can you imagine losing a group that you worked hard to create? And you know what? I would really be pissed too if I paid money to run ads to that group, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean that's the big thing about it. I mean, like, we don't own these platforms. I mean, these platforms are a quote unquote gift that that are given to us to use, and if you don't pay for it, you're the product, right? So, um, the groups are free to sign up and join, or to create and get people to sign up to join. If you're running ads to it, I mean, you're risking your own deal to do it. So it sucks, and nothing you can do about it. And there's no support. There's zero support for the platform, and you're just kind of wild west with guardrails up. You know.
Yeah, yeah. And the bottom line is that the social media platforms don't really owe you anything. They don't really owe you. It's like it's like a business. And when you're a business, let's say a traditional brick and mortar business, you remember those signs:
Hmm.
no no shoes, no shirt, no service. If I'm a business owner, I have the right to refuse service to anyone. Okay. There are some, of course, there's some you don't want to refuse service for someone because of a prejudicial decision. That's just not ethically right. And then in some cases it's not legally right either.
Hmm.
But if I see someone that comes in my business and they're like, I know this person, let's say I have a restaurant, and I know every time this person's going to complain and try to claim that there's food in the no, I'm sorry, there's hair in the food. You've seen those people, right? They just they just go around trying to get free meals. I don't have to serve you. I don't have to serve you. I can just tell you, get out of my business. Well,
Hmm.
social media, they do have the right to kind of refuse service.
Yep.
Um, they have the right to refuse service. So if you don't understand that, but a lot of people think that, I think a lot of people think that it's a right and not a privilege. Does that make sense? They think it's a right. They think it's like, I'm a citizen. I get a Facebook.
Nope. In fact, I tried to sign up for a dummy account and it got banned. It was a dummy account for the 9 to 5 that I work for. It was going to be for the student interns to manage, right? So that way they didn't have to use their own personal deal. That way it made it less messy when they left, right? So I I I named it Stu Woodrow, uh, and that's the name of the company, right? So in any case, Stu short for student, and like it immediately banned it, can't get into it, shut it down. They thought it was a fake account, and yeah.
That's that's interesting because I recently got a message from Facebook. I recently got a message from Facebook asking if I wanted to set up an anonymous account so that I could post anonymously in groups. And it
Well,
was off.
You can post anonymously in groups anyway. You shouldn't have to set up an anonymous account.
It was an offer, and not only was it an offer to it was offering me to set up an anonymous name to post
Mm.
in accounts. So I could have made a name like Funnel Freedom, Funnel Frida, Freddie Funnel, that I could post under. And I thought, wow, when did this happen? When did they start giving us this option? This is kind of crazy.
I don't know. That might have been a phishing deal. I wouldn't have clicked the link on that deal.
I didn't. I didn't.
Okay, good.
But oh yeah, because there is a lot of spam out there for sure. For sure. Cool, cool. We're about at the top of the hour. I think we have covered most of what we did want to cover tonight. I did want to say one last thing before we go, and then I'm going to give you the floor to lead us out. And it's just wrapping everything up with this, wrapping everything up with disruption marketing. Let me throw, of course, I'm going to throw the QR code up there for Marley and Jack's wedding. If you want to help me, if you want to go, if you need a date or you need a plus one, let me know. Putting this offer out there right now. Check it out. You could check out the funnel. We did basically a full funnel walkthrough in last week's show. But if you're considering going and you need a plus one, you want to go half, let me know. Open for ideas. But I do want to go before I get this ticket because I am kind of worried. I don't think it'll sell out, but I think it's getting pretty popular. Cool. Check that out. Thanks for tuning in. And got one last word to say here, and that is going to be about uh I got this from a person that gave me 3 tips for using controversy, contrast, and clarity to dominate your niche. And I think this person said, if you want to dominate your niche as a content creator, use the 3 C's. What are the 3 C's? It's controversy, contrast, and clarity. They'll be your unfair advantage. In a noisy space, blending in gets ignored, but these 3 power plays help you stand out, spark engagement, and convert like crazy. Controversy means to take a bold stance, challenge popular opinions in your niche to trigger emotion and drive massive engagement. Contrast means you want to show the difference between what everyone else is doing versus what actually works and be that pattern interrupt. And then clarity, say exactly who you help, how you help them, and why they should care. In the first 3 seconds, no fluff, just fire. This combo grabs attention, it builds authority, and makes your content unforgettable. The creators who dominate, they don't play nice, they play smart and clear. You ready to stand out? Stir it up and convert more to just dominate. That's all I have to say for today's episode. And we'll be seeing each other. We'll be seeing you soon, Brandon.
See you soon, man. Go build your list. Take care.